Hello everybody, Emperor Squam here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this pizza for under $15, under 15 minutes, and for only 400 calories and 20 grams of protein per serving. These pictures here are 3 separate pizzas. I wanted to show you that I do make this often, multiple times for multiple people, and it's really good. So let's start. First, you want to go to your preferred store. I'm going to Walmart here. You could use any store, but if you want to keep it under $15, head to Walmart here. You could literally do this with any type of bread, but I prefer the $1.82 garlic herb topped Italian bread, then a $3.57 package of turkey pepperoni, the $5 fat-free mozzarella. Usually Walmart has bakery items on sale, so look out for that too. An optional is garlic powder. I won't add this to the total because you probably already have it at home. But you can never go wrong with garlic powder. You know, one of the most important things I was ever taught was that you can never use too much garlic powder. And now to the sauces. This is my preferred brand. Today we're going to be using the 4 cheese marinara sauce for $2.98. Now to tally up the macros with calories and protein. 1 serving of the cheese is 45 calories, 9 grams of protein. For the bread, it's 140 calories with 5 grams of protein. For the pepperoni, 80 calories with 9 grams of protein. And finally, for the sauce, 1 serving is 50 calories for 2 grams of protein. Once you got out your ingredients, you want to start preheating whatever you're going to cook this in. I use a little toaster oven. I'm sure you could use an air fryer. I've cooked them in an oven before, but for me, it's quickest in here because this thing heats up fast, and I blast it all the way to the highest temperature. For the bread, I like to cut it into quarters. The servings for the bread is served in eighths, so 2/8 of the bread is a quarter. That gives us 280 calories for 10 grams of protein. And at the end, I'll track down all the calories, proteins, fats, and carbs. Once the bread is cut, put a little tin foil under it or put it on a tray to toast that thing, give it a nice little crunch. Now, sorry if toaster oven has a little smudges there. This thing has been baking a couple pizzas recently. And now for this whole thing, I set the timer on the toaster oven, but that was just to turn it on. I just eyeball this whole thing. I just go till it looks crunchy. If you like your pizza burnt, burn that thing. But yeah, just eyeball it, you know. Toast it however you want. I like mine getting a nice little brown color to it. Now once both sides are toasted for the optimal crunch, this is when you're going to start applying your preferred marinara sauce. I forgot to hit record when I first started spreading this, so this little pizza right here is going to get a extra generous helping just so you can see me pour some and spread it. How I like my pizzas is, you know, just every single bite, just get that flavor, you know? So I'm going to spread it around. Generous helping. I love marinara sauce. I cannot tell you how much I love marinara sauce. And so I put the most generous helpings because that's my favorite part. Now, something I did not mention earlier was the total of all this for the main ingredients from Walmart. It's going to be $13.35, and that's not including the garlic powder, just because I figured most people will have garlic powder already laying around in their house. But yeah, that's one of the main things about this is that it's cheap, and the main ingredients, you could reuse them, you know. It's like, unless you're making a huge one, you're not going to use all the cheese, all the pepperoni in like one pizza, you know. The only thing limiting you is how much bread you have. Now here we're going to be applying the cheese now. Make sure to get a generous coating. Like I said, make sure every bite has that good flavor. But what I like about this recipe is, you know, using like the right marinara sauce that doesn't have too much sugar, and then using the fat-free cheese and using the turkey pepperoni, is that a lot of it's like half the calories of what you would normally use. Like the cheese, it's like has 45 calories, meanwhile the normal one is 80 calories, and the same thing for the pepperoni. Once you get the cheese and the sauce on, as you could see in the video, I popped that in the oven just so the cheese could get melted and the sauce could get warmed. And then after the cheese and sauce have been warmed, however much you want to warm them, you start applying the pepperonis. Now this pizza isn't for me. When I make my own pizza, I put a generous helping of pepperoni, get some extra protein. Now, as you can see, I'm weighing everything to get all the serving sizes and all that to calculate the calories, fats, proteins, and carbs for this specific serving. But everything's gonna vary, you know. You might put more cheese, you might be me, put some more pepperoni, however much sauce you use. So, like for example, and I'm using jalapenos in this recipe, all the recipes are gonna be different. You know, however you make your pizza, however you like your pizza, it's gonna be different. But I'm going to be using the macros for this specific pizza just to show you just how low calories this is, you know, to show you that yeah, it's using bread that has a lot of chemicals in it. You know, it's from Walmart, but it's a healthier option, you know. It's better to eat this 400 calorie little pizza than to get a 3,000 calorie pizza from Pizza Hut, you know. Now, I'm not out here trying to out Pizza the Hut. Maybe I'll save that for another day. But it's just showing that what health is all about, you know, because health is just all about decisions, you know. Just like I said, eat this little 400 calorie pizza. Hell, if you eat 4 servings of this, that would be 1,600 calories for this specific recipe. And you know, you could meal prep that. You could have 4 of the little pizzas throughout the day or have one big meal, 1,600 calories, and you're set for the day, man. Now you pop that baby back in the oven to get those pepperonis nice and warmed up. I like to cook the toppings and layers just so that everything is evenly cooked. You know, if you put everything all at once, the top ones will be hot and you don't want the bottom ones to be cold, you know? So evenly cook those toppings and layers so that everything is nice and warm and cozy when it hits your taste buds for the best flavor. But as I was saying, health is just all about making healthy decisions. Instead of getting some $30 Pizza Hut, make yourself this $15 meal prep. Instead of getting a high sugar smoothie, make yourself a yogurt banana smoothie at home or whatever. It's really all about healthy substitutes, you know. You don't need to starve yourself. Just give yourself the right fuel. Now, after eyeballing this properly, your pizza is ready. And there you have it. Your low calorie pizza is ready. You know, apply any seasonings you want before or after the cooking process. But here you go. This specific pizza right here has 363 calories, 62 carbohydrates, 20 grams of protein, and 24 grams of fat. Now I say that's pretty darn good compared to any other pizza place you go to. Now let's admire this beauty right here. See that generous marinara sauce, that cheese melted perfectly, that pepperoni nice and warmed, that jalapeno. And I can't tell you how good it is, man. That crunch, do not underestimate this crunch. And I'm going to show you the images from before again, just to show you that I've made this many of times for many of people because it is good. It is high demand in the household, and your family won't get enough, and you won't be able to get enough. But let's say you do eat this and meal prep it with the 4 servings, that whole loaf, you will get enough because you'll be properly satiated with the proper nutrition you'll need throughout the day. And to show you another neat little trick, let's say you're going to sit down and eat this for dinner. Now, Fresca, it's a nice little carbonated water. It's really good. Let's say you want to have a nice soda without any caffeine. It's a good option. But I'll show you a little trick for when you sit down with your pizza or any other meal. Let's say you're not craving a Mountain Dew or a Diet Coke. What you could do is get yourself those flavor packets, those dry flavor packets for water bottles. But first, always remember to decapitate those little suckers and collect the pop tabs. And then grab the water flavor packets that you want. Today I'm using the Sonic Cherry Limeade, only 5 calories, 0 sugar. People are surprised when they see that those little suckers are 0 sugar. And yeah, I mean, they do have the little sweeteners in it, those little chemicals that do make it taste good. But I guess it's better than getting those regular sugars, you know? Pour that baby in. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I normally use 2 or 1.5 Frescas, because these water packets are typically used for like 16 fluid ounce water bottles. That's what they're like intended for, not a 12-ounce can of Fresca. That's why you gotta balance it out. But the glasses I didn't have a big enough one to fit it, and I wanted you guys to be able to see inside. It did taste a little funky, a little too sweet, because I didn't use enough Fresca, but hey, it was still good. Try it out with 2 Frescas. I had to pop another one open just to dilute it a little bit because it was just a little bit too strong. But right here is a neat little alternative to a lot of other sodas you could get, and a neat way to experiment with flavors. You ever wanted to try sour green apple, a soda? Here you go, try it out, collect the packet you want to try. But to sell my point, making healthy decisions is just about making the healthiest decision. It's simple as that. And a lot about health, the thing is, it's simple, but it's hard, you know? But if you make these simple, easy decisions, you could find yourself starting to live healthier. Now, honestly, when I first recorded all this footage, I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I thought I was going to have to just start talking about random topics. But I have a lot more to say about health and a gourmet recipe for this little pizza. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see me talk about this more, see other recipes. Thank you guys very much for watching.